Fried chicken when I'm watching cartoons. Gotta eat my fried chicken, gotta eat my fried chicken, gotta eat my fried.
Wait, what is this? How to pee? Who's asking? I swear to God, I didn't ask this question, but I want to know the answer. How do you pee fast? Sniff peppermint oil. All right. The Valhalla maneuver. All right. What's the Valhalla maneuver? Manure. Do the manure. Oh, okay. I don't want to read this shit. That's gross. All right. Back to the joke I was gonna make.
Fried chicken, gotta eat my fried chicken. Fried chicken, fried chicken, fried chicken.
What do we got? We got anything good here? Urban Dictionary's probably got some good stuff. Oh my God, I am not reading that. This is so long. Dude, give me like a one-line joke, please. Looks like the internet's not going to be helping me out on this, so I'm going to have to go out on a limb and do it on my own, all right? Eagles fans, I'm going to say some nice things about you today, but we're going to start it off by saying some, I wouldn't say mean things, but some less nice things, all right? You guys have had the easiest road to a Super Bowl I have ever seen in my life. All right, I know someone in the comments is going to bring up the strength of schedule metric where somehow you have like the toughest strength of schedule. You have not had this toughest strength of schedule. That metric is based solely off the win-loss record of the teams you have played, and it doesn't account for like how good the team was at the time you were playing them. For like example, the Cowboys didn't have Dak Prescott when you played them the first time, even though it still counts them as what were they, like a 13-4 record or something? And the Vikings had a great record. However, they were like the most slightly above average football team in the NFL. I think it was like week 15. They were like 13-2 or something. And they had like a +6 point differential on the season. So I don't want to hear it. Y'all had a really, really easy schedule. Then you had to play the Giants, and then you had to play the 49ers, who were starting their fourth string quarterback that then turned back into Brock Purdy, who just couldn't throw a football for the rest of the game. So, easy road to the Super Bowl. That being said, here comes the nice things about the Eagles. Y'all probably would have made it to the Super Bowl anyway. Your team is insanely good. Even if Brock Purdy doesn't go down in, the first quarter, you probably still win the game by a decent margin. The Eagles defense just murdered the 49ers offense. And regardless of who would have playing quarterback, it would have happened. It was just... the pass rush and the defensive line for the Eagles is one of the best I've seen in the history of football. And the offense is obviously very explosive. And, when it comes to talent of both teams, I think they're pretty similar. However, the Eagles have an MVP caliber quarterback, and the 49ers just didn't. And that's the difference in the game right there. But with that being said, let's hop into the film. Let's see how good this defense is, and let's see what mistakes the 49ers made on offense that kind of allow this defense to just run amok on the 49ers offensive line. All right, first play we're looking at here. This is when Brock Purdy was still in the game. First quarter, little play action play. Hassan Reddick honestly, if Hassan Reddick doesn't get to him, then I think that's Brandon Graham on the other side. No, is that 55? I can't tell. It's hard to tell. But regardless, you have Mr. Tight end here blocking one of the best defensive ends in the country, which is usually not a recipe for success. Now, you can get away with this. If it was George Kittle, you'd probably be a lot more comfortable because he's a great blocker, but you also want George Kittle running routes and catching passes. I would like to see at least a chip here. I know it's kind of difficult and weird to set it to chip from the inside, but you can do it. You just have the outside tight end kind of take a farther step out, and then if the DN tries to cut in, then Kittle chips him and then goes out on his route. I'll never understand this obsession with NFL teams wanting to put tight ends on elite defensive ends and pass rushers because it just never works out properly. But yeah, obviously didn't work out for them. He was able to swim right by him, and this play actually should have been a touchdown for the Eagles, right? Assuming this big guy doesn't get tackled. Okay, it probably wouldn't have been a touchdown, but it was called early, and it was recovered as a fumble. And obviously, Brock Purdy got injured in this play, so it was kind of the beginning of the end for the 49ers in this game already halfway through the first quarter. All right, next play, we got, is it Josh Johnson or is it Joe Johnson? I really should have looked this up beforehand. I feel like Joe Johnson is someone else. Yeah, it is. Who's Joe Johnson? Like Joe Johnson as a basketball player. Oh, okay, yeah. Joe Johnson's got to be like the most generic name ever. So, obviously, the last time they tried to do this, have a tight end block Hassan Reddick, didn't work out too well. So they try to mend their ways, fix it a little bit, right? They bring this wide receiver in to chip him, and they have George Kittle come block Hassan Reddick. Problem is, George Kittle's starting on this side of the field. He's got to come all the way across and block Hassan Reddick. And basically, the offense is hoping that Hassan Reddick falls for this little the play fake, the play action fake, and doesn't just fly upfield, which is exactly what he does. Because if Hassan Reddick flies upfield, this is what happens. I mean, that's just a wide open shot at your quarterback. You know, I know you want to disguise some of your blocking schemes and whatnot, but this is I don't know if this is a great idea against this Eagles defensive line. Again, like I said, they're one of the best defensive lines I've ever seen, and just absolutely murders Mr. Johnson there. Looked at a couple of bad plays for the 49ers. We're going to look at one of their few good plays. I mean, it wasn't that great of a play, but it was 10 yards. And the reason that I'm bringing this up here is it's a good play with a caveat. And that caveat is that this is kind of a gimmicky play, right? I mean, you don't want to build your offense around running back screens or like running reverses and shit like that. Those are all kind of gimmicky plays where you're just hoping that the defense doesn't see it coming, doesn't react to it properly, and therefore, you know, the success of the play more relies on the defense fucking up than it does the offense succeeding. So you don't exactly want to build your offense around these kind of plays. And this was the only plays that the 49ers offense really saw any success at. They couldn't really set up much of a run game. They couldn't set up any passing. And it was only kind of these gimmicky plays that succeeded for them. So there's a little bit of a caveat when it comes to this actually being a successful play for the 49ers. And I do know that, like, the 49ers offense inherently is kind of gimmicky. I mean, they run a lot of, like, weird shit like this when it comes to running back screens and you know, meshing screen plays with downfield passing plays and kind of running those strange plays. But you can't rely your entire... You still need to have a quarterback who can, you know, operate a downfield passing attack, a quick game, and you need a run game that is able to be successful. And you can't just rely on those gimmicky plays only in order to succeed in the NFL. How many times do you think I said gimmicky there? I bet I said it like 5 or 6 times. But and this is another successful play for the 49ers. But again, I'm going to put a caveat on this. Now, they are on their 4th string quarterback. So, I mean, I can't really blame them that much for not knowing the system perfectly or whatever. But we got what's called an Ohio concept up here. Right? And then I don't know what these guys are doing down here. They're just fucking running out. I don't know. And then we got... shit, that's horribly drawn. We got Christian McCaffrey on like a little, I think it's called like a slant route or a Texas route by a running back. Pretty good one-on-one route or a pretty good route when there's 2 safeties. Problem is that he really shouldn't have thrown it to Christian McCaffrey here. Not saying that CMC wasn't open on this play, but he's looking up here. We got 2-on-2 coverage up here, right? We got 2 defenders. We got 2 wide receivers. We got Deebo Samuel on this out route against, I believe this is a safety right here, or at least a nickel corner. And he has Deebo. This is something that this is what you want to build your offense off of, right? You want to build your offense off of being able to hit these quick game throws to Deebo Samuel. You know, run the ball up the middle, have downfield passing, play action passes. You want to build your offense on that, not on these gimmicky plays. Obviously, he does come off of this, and it ends up working out. He dumps it off to CMC, but you know, having these offensive plays where you're not really playing within the system and you're kind of just making something happen. I mean, again, he should have hit Deebo Samuel there, and instead he just comes off to CMC. Not exactly what you want to build your offense off of. All right, last play here from the 49ers. I think this is just another case of just can't block anything, right? I mean, you get Hassan Reddick blocked up, you get Brandon Graham double-teamed, and now you have 74 come up the middle, making a play. And, I mean, there's just no room for success here. There's no way that you are completing a pass with this guy in your face consistently and this amount of pressure. That defensive line just absolutely murdered the 49ers offense. And regardless of who was playing quarterback, that would have happened. So even if Brock Purdy was in the game, I really do think that the 49ers would have lost by a significant amount. But again, you know, congratulations, Eagles fans. I don't have anything against the Eagles. I don't really have anything against the Eagles, I guess. I just wanted to shit talk this team who made the Super Bowl because I'm just a salty man. I'm a Broncos fan, by the way, so I have like no correlation to your team at all. Congratulations, made it to the Super Bowl. You absolutely deserve to be there, despite all my shit talking at the beginning. And I wish you luck. And as I said, I'm a Broncos fan, so please beat the Chiefs. But yeah, I wish you luck.